is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Hello, we're with you for the next 2 hours. What a thrill for us.
How fun.
What a huge show too. We're going to be giving away cash. We're going to be talking about cream pies in the face. We're going to welcome in the great Summer Warne who left The Masked Singer last night. Not before she stole the hearts of everybody in Australia.
I got a bit teary watching her perform.
Everybody
Coldplay's
did.
Swanee.
It was absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to catch up with her. The last time I saw her, she was a little tiny head sticking out of a giant avocado body.
And speaking of The Masked Singer, if you watched last night and saw Swanee's face pop up with a code word, run to the Nova Player app now if you haven't done so yet. Register that code word and we could be calling you back.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Look, when we're putting together what we're going to talk about in these 2 hours, basically it's what I would bring up with you if you were at my house and I'd turned on the kettle and I wanted to discuss stuff. And the first thing I would say, if my best friend came over, I'd say, oh my God, did you see the woman with the cream pie in the Northern Territory?
It was amazing.
It is amazing. All right, so picture this. A MP, a politician, local politician, is walking down the street in Darwin. Now that is that's the Wild West, really.
Right.
And they do what they want there, obviously. Her name is Minister Natasha Files. And she was having a wander through the Nightcliff markets in Darwin yesterday. And then a woman came out of nowhere, this is filmed, and threw a cream pie in her face. But it turns out it wasn't a cream pie because they don't sell cream pies at the markets. It was a pancake with a whole lot of fresh cream on it. Right. Okay, so that is a detail that is going to make sense to you when we cross to the woman that put that pancake in the minister's face. Here is her being interviewed.
All I know is that there was no harm intended and it was actually a fresh cream pie.
She's got it was actually a fresh cream pie.
Because I also saw it reported that it was a crepe.
It's been a crepe, and it's very clearly written in this article it was a crepe. In another article it was a pancake. It was not a pie, but I just love that this woman that has assaulted a politician with baked goods is really mad because it was a pie.
It's a fresh cream pie. Susie is her name. Susie wants us to know. S-U-Z-I.
S-U-Z-I. Susie Millgate has done this. She's a 56-year-old real estate agent. She's done her career.
Yes,
this is all over the place.
And in a small town or, a small community like that, everyone knows who you are.
It's such a weird thing to do and then to act like it was nothing.
And not be apologetic.
Do you regret your actions?
It was a slight error.
She's so bizarre. Play the first one again about it was actually a cream pie.
All I know is that there was no harm intended and it was actually a fresh cream pie.
It was actually a fresh cream pie. There was no dairy whip on it. It was fresh cream. And I will not be taken to task over this.
Let's hear from Susie once more. This is the final thing she had to say.
Are you sorry that you did hit her in the face with the pie?
I completely intended no harm whatsoever. At the end of the day, it was a fresh cream pie.
Let it go, Susie.
It's a fresh cream pie.
It's a fresh cream pie.
She's going to court, man.
I tell you what, I hate pranks like that. I would hate that.
Yeah, gross.
Don't ever do that and think it's funny.
I would never.
Thank
I would
you.
never.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
No one, especially women of a certain age, should ever feel invisible, disconnected or unimportant. Priceline Pharmacy celebrates you and all your uniqueness at every age because at Priceline, it's always a festival of you.
Head in store or online at priceline.com.au.
Chrissy Swan's The Masked Singer Watch and Win. Thanks to The Masked Singer. 7:30pm Mondays on 10.
Gosh, it's a great show. It's a great season. The Masked Singer last night. I will not tell you who was unmasked, but they are going to be on the show later.
We did mention it 20 minutes ago, though.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we did. I started the show with it. It's Summer Warne, the great daughter of everybody's favourite cricketer and superstar, Shane Warne. She's going to be popping by. But last night on the show, my head popped by.
Sure did.
With a code word. And Missy, were you watching? Did you see me come onto your screens?
I did, and we got the code word, and it's all great.
And what is the code word, Missy, for $1,000?
It's reveal.
It is reveal. It is reveal. Have you got any guesses you want to throw around?
Oh, I really think that it might be Conrad's bull for the Grim Reaper.
Ah, yes. Yes. I don't know if I've
Yeah.
guessed that yet, but I certainly do.
I reckon it's him.
I think you guessed it last night, Swanee.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
How
did.
good's the Grim Reaper?
Yes, he's awesome.
Amazing.
Hey, if like Missy, you would like to win $1,000 cash, it's that easy. Make sure you tune in to The Masked Singer next Monday night at 7:30 on Channel 10 and call us. We'll actually go to the Nova Player and register the code word there, and we could be calling you next Tuesday. But Swanee,
Yeah.
before we move on from The Masked Singer,
Sure.
there is a TikTok that keeps popping up in my feed.
Yes, I've seen it.
Yes, from a user named Mason Hellcat.
Yes.
Who has shared a bunch of conspiracy theories about The Masked Singer.
I was yelling at the screen, so I'm glad I may be able to get an opportunity to yell at you.
Well, I'd like to play you 3 of these theories he's come up with.
Okay.
And I need Judge Chrissy to decide or tell me whether they're true
Sure.
or false. Theory number 1.
Okay, so here's something that I've only just worked out about The Masked Singer. And perhaps everyone already knows this, but I've only just worked it out. So all of the reveals are not filmed in front of a live audience. And the main reason is they don't want audience members to give spoilers away.
That is true. So the show goes on completely as normal. The audience sees all the performances. Then it's announced which mask is going to be revealed. The studio audience is then taken out and dismissed. Home you go. Then we go and have a dinner break, me and Husey and Abby and Mel.
Yep.
And then we all come back and we are the only ones that see the reveal.
Aha.
That is
okay.
true.
Theory number 2.
But this is the other thing, is that they film all of the reveals, all of them, every single one of them, every single Masked Singer, they film all of them at the start of the start of the show, before it's even gone to air. They film every single one of them, every single reveal. They have them in the bank.
Not true. Absolutely not true. Those masks arrive in Australia or arrive in Sydney and they stay there for the duration of the time on the show. But that is a good idea.
Budget cuts for 10. That could work.
Totally.
All right, the final theory.
Yeah.
Then the celebs, they go off, they go in a sound booth, they record their songs. The songs are then just played each week, and there's somebody inside the suit dancing around on stage. It's not the celeb inside the suit. It's not.
This is genius. And Head Honchos at 10. Are you listening? You could do this on a shoestring budget now.
Is it true, though?
It's not true. It's not true.
Wow, he really came up with the theories, though, old Mason Hellcat.
Right, he's got a good job in production if he wants one.
Chrissy's clickbait.
Kourtney Kardashian, we may know what the baby's going to be called. Now, if you're confused about which Kardashian we're talking about, it's the boring one. The old boring one who's already had a family and then she's decided to have another baby. And I'm surprised. This is her 3rd or 4th baby.
This is her 4th baby.
This is her 4th baby, but first with her new husband. And I'm so surprised that for her 4th, she's done the whole baby shower thing.
I thought that too.
Generally, you do it for the first one and then you realise that it's all a pain in the neck and meaningless and you never do it again.
The only thing that comes to mind, Swanee, is maybe the producers of the Kardashians are like, hey, mate, this will fill 20 minutes of an episode.
That is a most cynical take on it and absolutely correct because this is the most interesting she's been, without question. She had a Disney-themed baby shower complete with, that amazing Disneyland font.
Yeah.
Sort of retro 60s. They've reimagined that and there's a big sign saying Baby Barker. She's got a leopard skin maternity dress on. I mean, look, it's pretty over the top. She's wearing the Mouseketeer ears, which are cute. But there was a little note that the Paps have zoomed in on saying, may baby Rocky have something, a life filled with love. So they think that the baby's name is Rocky, which I think suits it.
Rocky Barker, that's a sick name.
Rocky Barker, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he could run a great fruit and veg shop.
Yeah.
Now, this is, I don't know if I'm horrified or delighted by this. A woman has shocked people by dipping her lunch in the sea to add extra flavour. So she's a TikToker. Her name is Ariel, which is very bizarre.
Fitting.
Given that is a mermaid's name and mermaids are mad about the sea, including the flavour of it. There's footage of her getting a bagel and dipping it in the ocean and then putting cheese and stuff on it, which she then also dips in the ocean. Now, my only confusion here is when she's holding up this bagel, it doesn't look like a fresh...
No.
It looks like one of those very dry, almost like a rusk style, and you do need to wet them.
Right.
So I think what she's doing is fine. It's just like dipping it in salty water.
Well, I'm with you, Swanee. I want to be outraged by it, but I'm kind of not, because there's nothing better after a day... I was about to say on the boat. That sounds really entitled. A day on the water, on that day at the beach, when you get...
Say a day on the boat, that's what you mean.
And you get out and
I've never been. Can I tell you, I have never...
to censor myself.
Right. No, don't. You've got to be you. If you can't be you, who can you be? Now, I want to talk about this. I've never been on a boat. What's it like to be rich?
I'm not rich.
Why have you been on so many boats?
No, my parents... It's what my parents' boat.
This is sounding really
Okay, but when you get back on the boat and you lick your lips and they're all salty, it also happens when you're just on the beach.
It's delicious.
Yummy.
I think it's great. I think it's genius. Plus, you spend like $15 for Malden sea salt. This is free.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
The bad avocado, also known as the great Summer Warren. Welcome.
Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you so much. So nice to see you again.
So nice to see you again, and out of a suit, out of a giant avocado suit.
I know. Finally not in a huge mask that I couldn't breathe in.
This has been a massive day of interviews for you. What has been the general kind of line of questioning for you on this?
Probably how I got approached to do it.
Yeah.
How it kind of came about. A lot of questions about Dad, kind of a little bit inside, how would he feel?
Well, he'd be thrilled.
Yeah,
of course,
exactly.
because it's bonkers and unexpected.
I know. It's just insane, and everyone kind of just wants to know, like, what's happening next. If I've done singing before, and just kind of like that kind of thing. When I say I've never done singing, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Well, when you smash this out...
We love you too. You know I love you so. When you hear that, are you like, that bitch can sing?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, it's really good. But like, at the same time, I cringe because I'm like, why am I going stars? Like, I'm like pinpointing every single little thing. I'm like, why did I do that? Or I could have done that better. But because in yourself, you have your own insecurities and you pinpoint everything, but then everyone else doesn't say that. And they go, you were unreal. Like, you were so good.
And people were so emotional to see you there because everybody feels like they own your dad and they knew your dad personally. Yeah. So to see you up there being so goddamn adorable, we all feel like you're ours as well.
As his daughter, how does that feel? Like feeling like, your dad is such public property in public space. Did you ever struggle with that, or is it sort of you just come to know that that's how it is?
No, like I do a bit because I'm kind of like, he's my dad, and like
totally.
I love that how much the public love him, and I love how much everyone kind of gets around him in my family. But there's times when kind of people assume what he would think. It's like when I've kind of been in the media a bit, and it's kind of that whole thing about the Karens like judging my body and judging how much like cleavage or stuff I'm showing, and then the comments like, oh, Shane wouldn't have liked this, or Shane would have like assuming that I've got a boob job, like all that kind of thing that happened last year. And it was kind of like, oh, Shane wouldn't like that, or Shane wouldn't like he's had implants and stuff like that. It's like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, you're standing on thin ice here thinking that you would know. Like,
yes.
He would be appalled by the stuff that you guys are saying. Like, and even some of I try not to read comments and I try not to look at stuff.
I know, but it's so hard sometimes.
It's so hard. And because I kind of want to know what everyone's saying about the show and what people are saying, like some of the comments are like, who is she? Like, yeah, people have got dead dads. Like, what? So people's celebrities, like, daughters and allowed to go on this, like, she's not a celebrity. And I know that. I've never said I'm a celebrity. I've never said that, I'm so cool. Like, look at me. Like, this is all about me. Like, if it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be given this opportunity. And I've expressed that, how appreciative I am to even be able to do this. And
it's extraordinary, isn't it, how some people are wired?
Yeah, it's just, I do feel bad for them because it's like I'm standing up here in a giant avocado. I'm singing my dad's song, and you are so bored.
Yeah.
That you have to tear me down.
And so bothered by it.
Like so.
That's right.
bothered.
That's right. You're standing in an avocado
I
suit
know.
singing your dad's
I
favourite
know.
song
And they had
on
something
national
negative to say.
television.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, it was just, it was so bad. And people were being like, who? Oh, the judges didn't know who that was. Oh my God, Osha had to prep them. And I was like, you are so sad.
All of that
Do you
is
want
not
to be
true.
a tomato next to me? Is that how jealous you are?
They want to be a giant corn chip
I
next
know.
to you.
Like,
a bit of salsa.
I want to guac them. Like, I literally want to use my avocado and guac them.
Now, when you were revealed, I came up to you because I know that Jack here in the studio in front of you is good friends with your sister, but I just assumed Jack knew everybody. And if Jack knows your sister, then he knows you. So the first thing I said to you was, Jack won't believe it. And you went along with it, but you've only just met Jack today.
It was so funny because I remember you went off stage and you went, oh my God, like Jack's, I think you said Jack's here in Sydney with me. I can't wait to tell him.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah. I'm so excited. And I called Mum and I went, Mum, I've just spoke to Chrissy. And I went along with it. But who is Jack? Is that her husband? And she went, Jack. And I went, yeah. And she went, I don't know, maybe ask Brooke. And Brooke went, Jack, no, that's, oh my God. And I went, who is it?
You were so polite. You must have been this, who's this crazy woman in a harlequin sequin frock and Spanxed to within an inch of her life talking to me about someone I've never known when I'm still fresh on stage in a guacamole in an avocado suit.
No, but I felt bad because I was like, Summer, how do you not remember this Jack? And I was like, no, maybe I've just met him when I was little or something.
And I was too scared to message Brooke because I'm like, maybe Brooke doesn't know. Maybe Summer hasn't told Brooke she's on the show.
No, Brooke didn't know.
Oh, lucky I
didn't
didn't
know.
then.
So then it kind of was like, oh, who's Jack? But
the words "who's Jack" is uttered not very often in this world. Well, it was an absolute delight having you on the show. It was a super heartwarming and beautiful reveal. And ignore those dickheads on Instagram that are like, oh, she's not famous. What's going on?
Exactly.
That's actually not the point of the show. The point of the show is doing something outside your comfort zone that means something to you and to us and to the audience. And that's exactly what you did.
And I'm so glad I did it because if I could, I would do it all over again.
Oh, so wonderful. Thank you so much for coming in.
It.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you so much for
darling.
having me.
And get guacked to all the trolls.
Exactly.
The Masked Singer continues 7:30 on Monday, only on Channel 10. Thanks so much, Summer.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Every time I hear us guffawing like that, Jack, it makes me laugh.
I really want to know what we were laughing at that point in time.
It just would have been you being bougie. We're here for another hour. I'm still not convinced on whether or not we're going to mention Britney Spears' latest video.
No, we are. And
We are?
We are, and the reason being, I know you're worried when we talk about Britney.
Because she's not well.
She's not well, but the thing with this video is everything turned out fine. So it was scary to start with, but it was all good in the end.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to knock that over. But now, let's give away a bum bag. Chrissy's quizzy next.
Hey, we should give a little clue for a question.
Sure.
You're going to need to know who is dating Travis Kelce. Which pop star? Is it Chrissy's Queen? Who knows?
Chrissy's Quizzy.
Can't believe how much we've talked about Usher and his involvement in the Super Bowl. We're just perplexed, aren't we?
I'm still shook by it. I saw yesterday, or heard yesterday on Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel, Ricky Lee is a big fan and gets it.
Yeah. I'm also a fan, but we're sort of the opinion that he's just not a big enough name.
No.
But I think what's happened is maybe, I mean, I'm not sure because I can't be in two countries at one time. I think maybe in America he's bigger than he is here.
Yeah.
You know, which happens with a lot of acts. Anyway, Sarah and Kim, we digress. We've got very serious bum bag business to take care of here. How are you feeling?
Hi, Chrissy. Feeling good. How are you?
Good, I'm so good. Which one was that? Was that Sarah or Kim?
Sarah.
Sarah. All right, Sarah. Kim, are you there?
Hey, Chrissy.
Now this is not your first rodeo. You've been on Quizzy before.
I have, and I failed miserably.
Oh no, Kim! I hope that history doesn't repeat. All right, this is how it works,
Sarah,
ladies.
you're in for a good chance here. You're in for a good chance.
Your name is your buzzer, girls. It's the best of 5, meaning the first person to get 3 answers correct wins the game and will walk away with the Money Can't Buy Chrissy Swan Show bum bag. Let's do this. Question number
Let's
1.
go, Kim.
We gave a hint. Yeah, go, Kim. We gave a hint earlier. Which pop star is currently dating?
Sarah?
Yes, Sarah?
Usher? No.
No. Kim? I'll finish the question for you, Kim. Currently dating NFL player Travis Kelce. Kelce?
I'm going to be honest. I don't watch football. I have no idea who he even is.
Oh, Sarah, you don't get a second suck at the Savoy or whatever the saying is. The answer is Taylor Swift. She hard launched it the other day.
I didn't even know she was seeing someone, so there you go.
Yeah, I live with 2 Swifties. Think I'm going to be shot when I get home.
Correct. Question number 2. In the abbreviation ASAP, ASAP, what does the P stand? Yes, Kim?
Possible.
You're on the board as soon as
Kim
possible.
Possible.
Kim Possible. Question number 3. On this day 13 years ago, Rihanna released this song.
Kim.
Yes, Kim, what is it called?
Shine bright like a diamond.
I'll take it. It's Diamonds. Now, I
was going to say diamond, but I was like, no, it's going to be shine bright like a diamond.
It's a great
Keep it extra.
She is. So are you. Hey, I feel like Sia's got something to do with that song. Am I right?
She probably wrote it.
I feel like she wrote it. I feel like Tom, did she write it? Yes, she wrote it. And I was driving into work today, and I think I heard a new Sia song added.
You did. I was in the studio when we played it.
And it's called Gimme Love,
It
it's
is.
amazing. Anyway,
Well, then play it.
we will bloody play it. I love you. Question number 4. Masked Singer last night. Do you remember who was unmasked? She was on my show earlier. Famous daughter of a famous Australian. Nope, it was Summer Warne. Question number 5. Who won the Brownlow medal last night? That's tricky, given that one's from Queensland and one's from New South Wales.
He plays for a Queensland team.
Doesn't matter. No one gives a shit about the AFL outside of Victoria. It is Lockie Neal. All right. What's the score?
We have 2 points to Kim and Sarah. You're not on the board, I'm afraid.
No, I'm a late bloomer. It's okay. I've got this.
All right. Let's make a mad dash for it.
You've got this, Sarah. Come on, I believe in you.
Kim, you've got one question off the win. Don't speak so soon. Liam Gallagher was the lead singer of which 90s Britpop band? Liam Gallagher. He was also with his brother in the band.
Sarah,
Yes, Sarah?
let it be Boss, please.
No, it's not Bros. That was, of course, Matt and Luke Goss with the other one, Craig Logan. Question number 7. In the series Kath and Kim, which character did Jane Turner play, the blonde one?
Sarah,
Sarah?
she played Kim.
She played Kath. Guys, are you all right?
Can I just say, Chrissy,
Yes.
that I might be sharing too much information, but I'm going through brain fog and premenopause at the time.
That is an excuse.
Question number 8. Kim, surely you can get this and you win the bum bag. Save our listeners.
Let's go.
Oh, my God. Are we listening? Are we all?
Yep.
Okay. Oak, eucalyptus and gum are all types of...
Sarah.
Yes, Sarah?
Kim.
Trees.
Trees, yes. What are we up for here?
That was Sarah, so Kim still got a question right.
So
2 points to Kim, 1 point to Sarah. Come on, Kim.
I've run out of questions.
Kim.
Well, we know who's on Kim's side.
Kim and Sarah. In which city is the MCG located?
Sarah,
Yes, Sarah?
in which city?
Yes.
Melbourne.
Correct.
Okay.
What's the score check now?
2 points to Sarah, 2 points to Kim. This next question is for the win.
Which Australian superstar has released an album called Tension?
Sarah,
Yes, Sarah?
I'm just going to guess it. There's 2 that I could... Can you get... would help if I knew it was male or female, but I'm going to go
Female.
with our beautiful voice person.
No, it's not. Do you want to have a crack, Kim? Or was that Kim?
No, I have no idea what it is.
You know what? I'm sorry. No one wins a bum bag today.
He's calling it. You girls are in trouble for wasting Jack's time.
That was pathetic. How does no one know that Jane Turner played Kath?
I know. And the album was by Kylie, our girl.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
And I just want to tell you, if ever you've got a problem in your own life, send it to us because we love to find out what's going on with you and offer unsolicited advice.
Slide in on Instagram at The Chrissy Swan Show.
Here is an example. Am I wrong for telling my wife that I don't want to get a vasectomy? I mean, you had me at vasectomy.
Great word.
I think it's a very interesting conundrum that most couples face because generally, and I'm not, being a crazy lefty femo here, but generally the woman takes care of the contraception because she's got more skin in the game. She's got to carry the baby, blah, blah, blah. So, since the 60s, I reckon, that's what happened. As soon as we could take those contraceptive pills, we were popping them like Tic Tacs, don't you worry. But more recently, men have, in the 70s, I reckon, vasectomies became a thing. And now with Dr. Snip, 1-800-Dr. Snip, it sounds like you can just pop in and it's just like cutting a thread,
It's a lunchtime job.
It's easy. But this guy, he's angry. He and his wife have 3 kids. They're small kids, young kids. They've been married for 6 years. So, I can't assume, but I'm guessing all the kids are under 6. Because the Lord knows you never have children out of wedlock. And they are intimate together maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
Ooh, how old are they? Do we know how old they are?
30s, early 30s.
Okay. That's quite low for early 30s.
It is for early 30s, but it is absolutely smack on for 3 kids under 6, let me tell you. The man has the higher libido, blah, blah, blah. Now, she's been on the pill for ages, but like most women, me included, the pill makes you crazy after a while.
Right.
Because it's a synthetic hormone and you're taking it every single day. It's altering your cycle, your hormones synthetically every single day. And let's say that you're in a relationship for 20 years with a man. That's every day for 20 years you're messing with your bits, right? And it does get tired. Eventually you're like, I feel crazy.
And also, what a punish having to remember to take a pill every day. I know it doesn't seem like a big thing, but I can imagine that's a punish.
It is. And then you skip it and you miss it and then you take an antibiotic and then boom, you're pregnant. Anyway, I digress.
Triggered.
I digress. It is a pain and it is annoying and it's every day and you do need to give your body a break, which is what this woman wanted to do.
Okay.
It started to mess with her. Her doctor said you should go off the pill for a while. And she said to her husband, what about a vasectomy? And he said, well, I was going to have one, but not till I was 35. He's 32, right?
Okay.
And she's like, well, why can't you just get it now? And he said, well, I don't feel like I want to get it now. And she's like, okay, then I'll just go back on the pill, which is what we do.
Okay.
But she would have been resentful. She would have been...
The shade that she would have thrown when saying, I'll just go back on it.
Oh, my God. Shadier than an alleyway in New York City in autumn. Anyway, eventually he struck out and said, why do neither of us need any contraception? We only do it twice a year.
Oofed. Another dig.
But here is the thing. I think a vasectomy is very fair. And I'm not just taking the side of the woman because I always do. I'm just saying that seems fair to me. This woman's 30. She's carried 3 children. She's birthed 3 children. The reason she doesn't want to be intimate is because getting pregnant again is terrifying.
I know, but Swanee, to defend him, he's 32. It's still quite young to have a vasectomy. He still might, in 6 years, he might be worried that in 6 years they want to decide to have a kid. And I know you can reverse vasectomies nowadays, but what a punish.
You absolutely can.
And also, given they're doing it 2 to 3 times a year, surely the answer is just wrap it up for those few times. Do you know what I mean?
So, yes, the onus is on him regardless.
I think the onus can be on him.
Yeah.
But I agree I get that he probably doesn't want to have a vasectomy, but he should just say, all right, I'll buy a packet of condoms and do that.
Yes, that is a really good... Hey, we make a great couple.
We do.
That's a really great outcome.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Talking snips.
Yeah.
Cameron, you do?
Yeah. I just had a baby a week ago and I'm 45.
Congratulations, but your sperm is fine.
Yeah.
So, were you ever in danger of having a vasectomy?
In a previous relationship, yeah. So I've got an older daughter who's 25 and a middle daughter who's 22. And then after that, it was sort of spoken about and whatnot, and I sort of went, no. And it was sort of put a bit of pressure on, but then I got into a new relationship and we had a young boy last week.
Cameron, congratulations. But Cameron, when you were talking about having a vasectomy with your previous partner, was your no answer based in the fact that you thought maybe you might have another relationship and another baby or another baby with her, or did you just not like the idea of scissors next to your doodle?
No, my brothers have had vasectomies, both of my older and my younger brother. And both have told me that it was pretty painless, a little bit of pressure and stuff.
Yeah.
But more, I always thought, that there could be a chance I'd have another child, and I had 2 girls, so there was always that thought of maybe a boy one day, and I ended up with a little boy.
You ended up with one. Yeah, it makes sense if you're just not sure you're finished. I get that.
Like Cameron maybe knew he was going to get
I agree. But this story, that they're done. He doesn't want any more kids, and he's still not doing it. Melanie, what do you think?
I think he should get it done. Definitely.
Yeah. Are you in this
I've been trying to get my husband to do it for the last 10 years.
And you've got kids already?
Yes, I've got 3 kids.
And their ages?
17, 13 and 10.
Yeah. A new baby would really put a spanner in the works, wouldn't it, Mel?
Oh, look, I'd have to sell my house. I wouldn't be able to afford the mortgage if I had another baby.
Yeah.
Don't you think this guy, at the age of 32, though, Mel, he could just use a condom?
Well, he could, but the thing is, if you do have a vasectomy, guaranteed that they are going to have sex more often than twice a year.
Melanie, I agree, because it's always in the back of your mind. How badly do I want this?
It is.
Yes, always. And you just go, you know what? No, I am not having big sore boobs for this. I'm not getting torn up the bum for the I'm not.
Not again.
Not again. So really, 2 or 3 times a year is generous.
Let's go to Britney. Britney, what are your thoughts?
Look, if we don't want to get our tubes tied, why should we make them get the snip? At the end of the day, I've got 5 kids, and I took it into my own to have the depot every 3 months instead of having to worry about the pill.
Yeah, but what if you had a reaction to that, and what the most convenient option was for your partner to have the snip? It just makes sense, don't you think?
I've had the metal in my arm. I've had the depot needle. I've had the pill. I mean, look, my husband doesn't want to have it because I think he's just scared of going under, really. That's just his personal scare.
What a sook.
Let's finish with Jai. Jai, what are your thoughts on this guy? Should he get a vasectomy?
I wasn't really towards it, but I just found out I was having twins, and it's definitely something that I'm going to be doing now.
Chrissy's clickbait.
I'm not 100% across, I'm not 100% comfortable with talking about Britney Spears, because to me it seems like she is very, very unwell. And I don't think that she should be posting on Instagram.
I know.
And then because, it's hard to watch it without laughing, and that feels bad in my soul.
But no one, surely she's got one friend, if she was so unwell or so not okay, to go over there and steal her phone off her. And no one's done that yet. So while she's still posting videos, her followers and fans get to enjoy them.
Yes, but maybe she doesn't have a friend. Do you know what I mean? Maybe there is nobody. But anyway, she's posted a new image of her dancing, new video of her dancing. She loves to dance on that shiny floor. I tell you what, she may not have a friend, but she's definitely got a housekeeper, because that is a lot of terrazzo tiles.
It is squeaky clean.
Travertine, I believe it is. It's polished travertine.
And she just twirls and twirls and
She
twirls.
twirls and twirls. The girl knows how to twirl that weave. Anyway,
that
she's
weave.
taken...
There's a whole other segment we could talk about.
She's taken to Instagram and she's dancing on the polished travertine. Look, in a sentence that's very weird to say, she's dancing on polished travertine in a pair of hipster briefs and a crop top, watched by 3 small dogs and carrying 2 knives.
She's twirling with 2 knives. And then
they're dancing to Enigma, Sadness.
Oh, yeah. That's going in the background.
Yeah, have a listen. So she posted it and then she updated it with, "Don't worry, guys, they are not real knives. Halloween is soon." But I just want you to listen to the way that those knives sound when they clack together. They are definitely carving knives. I didn't realise until I heard it back like that she's actually doing it in sync to the music.
To Enigma.
What is going to happen to Britney?
I don't know.
I'm worried about Britney.
But I think...
I'm looking out to our work experience guy, Ryder, and Tom, who's on the phones, and they are doubled over laughing.
Because it is enjoyable and funny. If you're a bit down on this Tuesday, jump on Britney's Instagram, because the thing with Brit is she deletes the videos pretty quickly
sometimes. Does she? Oh, you've got to get on it quick.
So get on to just enjoy this sound.
Oh, no. We're going to hell. We're going to hell.
We'll see her
But
there.
first, Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel are coming up, and we will be back tomorrow with a very special guest. Am I allowed to say who it is?
Yeah, I think we need to say who it is.
Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue will be on this very show tomorrow.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.